You know, I've been struggling this last week with making videos. I just don't feel like there's been anything to share visually. And then I forgot that I could sit down and just talk to you guys. And that being said, there's been something that's been, I don't want to say it's been bothering me. It's been making me a little bit nostalgic, I guess. I have a buddy, a really good friend from back in my Flare days, who has started a vlog. I think he's got like 9 or 11 episodes up right now. And he is a super awesome guy, really unique. I'll include a link to his channel at the end of this video, and please go check him out. It's, by the way, completely different from what I do. What I do is more of a, following a family around, and I get it, maybe if his channel isn't your thing, but honestly, he's such an interesting guy that maybe you'll like subscribing to it too. It's like I said, something completely different from what I do. But it's been making me a little bit nostalgic for what I used to do. And it's been making me kind of miss the days when things were a little more carefree, when I didn't have to worry about getting up every morning and making sure that kids have food and that they're to school and to their appointments, and figuring out whether to find a house to live in that's in a good school district. And when I didn't have kids and I wasn't in this special needs world, that it was a completely different life that I was living. I had the freedom to just, on a whim, decide to go travel somewhere, and a week later I was off to that place. Or that evening I decided I want to go out for dinner, and we just went for dinner. It's kind of cool looking at somebody else's life that is that freedom life. And so go check his channel out. But that gets me thinking about, the fact that I've always asked for an extraordinary life. An extraordinary. In other words, I don't want that typical life. I'm not the white picket fence, even though soon we're probably moving to a neighborhood that'll have something similar. We're, shop in the suburbs, basically. And I'm going to do my best to embrace it. But I think there's a lot of us, definitely not all of us. I know there are a lot of people who strive to go with the societal norm, to go with the flow, to not rock the boat, and that's perfectly fine. Some people really love that life. They want that. But I've never really necessarily wanted that, which is probably why I'm thrown into it, and that's probably why a lot of those people who don't want to rock the boat end up in situations that their boat gets rocked. And that's just the way life is. Life throws curveballs sometimes, and you got to go with the flow and make the best of it for the person that you are. But being depressed about it and getting down and thinking, oh, my life didn't turn out the way I expected it to be, is, I think, no way to live. So embrace it for what it is. So step up to the plate and enjoy your life the way it is, instead of pining for some way that you thought it was supposed to be. Again, watch my supposed to vlog. It's not that I wish that I had that other life that I used to live. It's just that I'm kind of still nostalgic for it. There's what is it? The grass is always greener on the other side kind of thing. It's not that I think that life is better. It's not that I think that life is worse. It's not like I want to live that life instead of the life that I'm living. But it's cool to watch and appreciate something, and especially when I have a touchstone to it. I used to be a Flare bartender. I used to do what my friend Billy is doing out there in Vegas. In fact, before we had kids, Casey and I were very seriously talking about moving to Las Vegas to pursue that exact career that he's living. Now, our life would have been a little different than his. He's a lot more of a free spirit than me. And that's what I love about him. Billy used to live here in Kansas City, and he used to work for me, but he used to work with me. And we had a blast while he was here, but things didn't work out, and he was in a downtime in his life. And So he said, you know what, I've got to change things. And he packed everything up and he moved back to California. It was Sacramento, and got back out there, and he was unhappy with that too. And he was unhappy with what he was doing. And so, you know what he did? He packed it up again, like a month or two later, and moved to Vegas and took a chance. And now he's living this wonderful, happy life. And that's what I did. Life was good, but I decided to change it. Casey and I decided to change it. And life is better now because of that. It's different than what I thought the plan was going to be. I mean, we even thought, oh, we'll have a kid and it'll be a typical child and maybe we could still move out to Vegas. And I wasn't moving to Vegas because we were big gamblers or the party scene or anything. I was actually wanted to move to Vegas because there's mountains 30 minutes away where it's warm all the time, but you can go up in the mountains where there's snow and ski or snowboard or whatever that is that you do, or hike. And you could drive 4 hours, 5 hours, and you're at the beach out in California. The housing was looking good out there, and so we were even thinking, oh well, we're gonna have a kid or two, but that's okay. We can just totally still move out there and try to change things up. Well, things didn't work out the way that we planned, but things are better. I think this is maybe a hard thing for people who aren't in the special needs world, and probably a lot of people that are in the special needs world, to understand, and that's how life is better. I don't even know how to explain it to you, but for example, I've seen really, really wonderful sides out of people that I would have never expected it from. I've seen charitable acts from people that I would have maybe thought were kind of greedy, self-centered people. I mean, I'm not naming names because I don't want anybody. I mean, it's just that, maybe sometimes your viewpoint of things isn't exactly the way things are. We are living this extraordinary life. It's still ordinary, but it's extraordinary. Things are just extra. Life is just such a crazy, cool and cruel journey. That's maybe the best way I can put that. It's hang on. You don't know what it's going to throw at you. You don't. There's what do they say? There's two guarantees in life. It's death and taxes. So learn to roll with the punches. Learn to surf your way out of the pipe. I don't know. I could probably say a million analogies. Maybe I wish there was a poster up there with the kitten hanging on. Hang in there, But don't feel sorry for us special needs families. We are living an extraordinary life. Extraordinary. I kind of even feel sorry maybe for some of you typical families that you're not experiencing this extra. Not really. I mean, of course I think, what would that life be like? But this is our life, and it's a really, really wonderful life. We're fortunate. I know that there are other families out there that things aren't as great as ours, but it's just a different path. We all have our different path. We all have our quote unquote cross to bear. So, hey, live it. Smile as best as you can and cry when you have to. But gosh, get out there and live it. Live.